Hello, and welcome to another stream this week. Now, another stream and a stream this week, not an additional one. I am. This may or may not be a mistake, but I have brought my dinner with me because it has been a long day and I'm stupid hungry. Appreciate it though. Breakdown. There was actually no progress this week as far as painting goes. The Terminators are exactly where I left them. So, I don't know that that's actually happened before, where I continue exactly where I left off from week to week. But not a week without progress. Got lots of other hobby things done. Mainly, some Tyranid warriors put together. I learned a little while back that Games Workshop had published in one of their issues of the White Dwarf magazine. They published a rules set that was basically, it's not really Warhammer per se, but it was a little co-op game, miniature game, using, Space Marine minis and Tyranid minis to kind of recreate the action of Space Marine 2. And so, got a friend of mine who's coming to visit us for a few days at the end of the month, and so I figured it's a good opportunity to put some Tyranids together and try and run that. So I think I have all of the relevant parts now. So that's ready to go. And then also been working on a couple of other miniature proxies. This is the Archer Fish from Piper Makes, which will be the stand-in for the broadside. So it's a really cool kit. It has like a whole bunch of variations, so you can have a classic over the shoulder, and then there's also a setup where you can have it like the modern broadside, which is like a heavy rail rifle held in front. And then there's also a setup where you can have the railguns underslung on the arms. That's also very cool. And then there's also a variety of there's the regular broadside variety of other weapons. So this is supposed to be the high yield missile pod, but I'm just going to be using it for a regular smart missile system on this guy. He's going to be configured for the rail guns, and then we'll have these large missile pods here for the secondary weapon. But I figured since the max squad size for the broadside is 3, I might as well do all 3 varieties. So this was the first guy, and as you can see, he's nearly done. I accidentally forgot to mirror one of the missile pod arms, so that arm can't be assembled until I print a new one of these. But that should be on the build plate right now, along with his two battle brothers. So I'm excited to put those guys together and play around with the dynamic posing that Piper's models allow for. Excuse me. Sorry, not sorry. Some leftover Marco's pizza. To my pleasant surprise, the wet palette has kept pretty much this whole time. So, nothing to worry about there. The question is, what am I gonna do with these guys today? And I think that the answer is just gonna be I'm gonna go in with their main color, the scarlet red. Is that what it's called? Yeah, scarlet red. And just I'm gonna hit the highlights, the edges, the most illuminated portions, and try and build up some natural volume on them. This, it's kind of started with the priming and base coating. Tried to do sort of a zenithal approach with that, so there's already there's more brightness on the highest edges, and then some of the more recessed areas are dark. So hopefully that works in my favor. And then we've got we've already laid down some gray and some brown on the relevant parts of the Terminators for future metallics. So this is too big. This handle is supposed to be just. I think we established in the last stream actually that this one was the most comfortable fit for these bases. Alright. I'll try and knock out this pizza without spilling stuff on the floor. I know Midna would be happy to clean up after me, but I'd rather she not be having people food. Okay. So this isn't really highlighting per se, this is, I think the technical term is layering. And the big hood is already pretty covered. Maybe just 1 or 2 layers. And it'll be enough to set it up. Some unfortunate flash on top of his little storm bolter here. This is a guy who kind of poorly primed, so I'm gonna need to go back and put some primer on his leg. So yeah, for now it just looks like some super harsh shadows, but we'll go back and hit it with the red and bring it back in line with the rest. I'm gonna give the primer at least until I'm done with the other guys to set there. I will admit that having to sit and stare at these guys to paint them has given me a bit more appreciation for their aesthetic. Still not my favorite, but I can definitely see the appeal. They even managed to make Power Fists look kind of cool. I think these big, these Crux Terminatus crests they have on their knees and shoulders, I'm probably just gonna do in black / dark gray. keep the bone accent a little bit subdued, not too busy on the model. Alright, let me get another bite here. Hi, Princess. You know I haven't dropped any pizza. Matter of fact, that is not in the plans, my child. Yeah, well, I apologize. It's just the way it must be. Yeah, I'm not going too crazy, keeping it pretty chill. Trying to look at the areas that have already kind of gotten a spray to sort of be the guide for where this is going. It's a little bit too thin for my taste. To progress much further with this, I'm probably gonna have to mix in a lighter color to get the next layer. But I'm not gonna do too many layers just because the goal with these minis, these starter box minis, is really just battle ready, you know? I mean, you can't have a pizza. They're not gonna be display pieces or anything. Just wanted to look solid on the tabletop. And that's one of the nice things. One of the fun things about painting, I think, is, you know, how few colors it really takes to get there. Like, they're almost there after the first session. Like, another pass or two to get the metallics, they're perfectly serviceable. And then everything after that is just extra credit. It's like whatever you want, however much detail you want. It's one of the really cool, fun things about the hobby. I'm still sifting through all of my sage inspiration posts, trying to decide how to approach this power sword. I don't think that I trust my hand to be steady enough to paint a bunch of little lightning bolts on it. And I think that I've kind of always preferred just the general glow effect anyway. So that's what I'm leaning towards. But there's also the question of what color. This is also not really well primed. It looks like it's just kind of this one area. Everything else is pretty decent. Let's get some of this arm brace. Another thing I would really like to try, and we do have a couple of Terminator characters that I can experiment with, but I really like it when I see those paint jobs where they make it look like there's a glow coming from inside the Terminator's hood, I guess, like underneath where the helmet would be. I mean, I only really see it on the unhelmeted guys, and it just gives them kind of this spooky light. I like to pull that off if I'm going to be painting Terminators. Also, still not sure how we're going to do the assault cannon. I think we're gonna leave him like this. Some of this, yeah, this leftover red is separated a little bit, and some of the main pigment is gone. Mix a little bit of fresh in there. Kind of ignored the helmets, which I probably shouldn't. I tend to end up treating those as separate from the armor, but really they should be getting the attention at the same time. Excuse me. On the back. Alright, back to the top of the squad. I'm going to just mix in a little bit more water here. Really thin this red down, and then put that on the part that I had to prime again. So hopefully it won't be super strong. It'll just be kind of gently tinting it back to the base color that we want to see. Not bad, might need a couple passes. Okay, that is going to be too bright. Yeah, that's not too overpowering. Keeps the shadows shadowy. Keep it up. You gotta have your dinner before you can have any treats, pup. Those are the rules. No. Alright, I'm gonna do some of the gray. just to give the red some more time to dry. So this gray we use as the base for our wings and the emblems. The camera down here a little more. And while we're here, we can do these cables and such. And the gray. Heard the magic word. He wants to go outside. Unfortunately, that's only on one side. I'm not really sure what to do. They've got these strut things all over the outside of the leg armor, or I guess that's kind of the inside. And most of the time I just see them painted the same color as the rest of the armor. I don't really feel like that's the impression I get from them. Maybe I'll do... They're kind of divided into parts, so maybe I'll just do like the innermost part as metallic. It seems like some kind of like hydraulic system for supporting the weight of the armor. But I don't know what it actually is. The only reason I'm really hesitant to do that for them is just because, again, I'm not trying to go crazy given a bunch of little details. And I think this is fine. There's another part that had jumped out at me. I think it was probably these shoulder joints. Or elbow joints, rather. Which I think makes a lot of sense to be a metallic bolt with hinge device, whatever. The knee joints should probably be in as well. Just makes sense. Oh, it sounds like Mommy's taking her for a walk. She can hardly contain herself. Alright, and then the Sarge. I think what I'm trying to sell with these Terminators not having all their trim blinged out in gold is just they're a little bit more inexperienced, probably isn't the word, but maybe less senior. They're Terminators, but they're like kind of the B team Terminators, because of course the best of the best are, you know, kind of on the most important battlefields, and this is, you know, this is an emerging conflict. Who knows what the deal is? Why should we deploy the very best there? Unless things go terribly, terribly wrong. Which I guess is always a possibility. I haven't really given any thought as to how the narrative on Martyr's Hold will end. I am kind of a Xenos guy first and foremost, so I'm inclined to say tragedy for the Imperium, but who knows? Actually, now that I think about it, there is a very good reason for it to just be a tragic disaster for the Imperium. But I will keep that to myself until later. Cheap viewers on stream, boo. Oh, I'm not looking at the stream. Here we go. Boom. Tidied. I can't tell if this is like this because of the base coat or if I painted it yet, so we're just gonna do another coat. I don't think I painted it. I think it's just untouched by the base coat. Also, did I just paint one half of his wings and stop? Okay, I'm gonna put my paintbrush down before I reach for food. there. That stuff is kind of encroaching on my space a little bit here. I just noticed they don't all have it on the same knee. I wonder how much, if any, meaning there is in that decision. What's the chaplain like? Well, congratulations on becoming a Terminator. Which knee would you like to have marked? Speaking of knees, mine is bent out of shape. I'm curious what the vibe is for assault cannon Terminators. See, the art's got just kind of a big block of black and gunmetal. Which I certainly don't have a problem painting. Oh my gosh. Nobody wants that. I think I've kind of committed already to having this part as red, like the rest of the armor. but the rest, not so much. I think it's appropriate to paint that up a little different. Sounds like baby girl has finally eaten her dinner. Guess she just needed a little stroll to free up some space. Getting in some of these crevices is tricky. I'm not gonna go too crazy here on the barrels because I do want to come back and try some OSL on those. I think that is going to be satisfactory there for now. And then we gotta get his wings. This poor hairy brush. Who knows when I will finally get the courage to retire it. Boom. Alright, then we've got one more fella here in need of some gray. Really, most of these storm bolters should also probably be picked out in gray. Some of those cables. get these little strut things. Really just kind of blasting them and moving on to the next one real quick. Let's see, is that everything on him? Oh yes, of course, we just talking about the storm bolters. I think normally I would make all of this stuff one color, all this metallic stuff, because right now how it's going to turn out is, well, how I assume it's going to turn out is that because this back part is based in a dark gray, and these other parts, the barrel and the ammo box, are based in a light gray, that when I do the metallic on them, they're still going to appear as different colors, or at the very least distinct shades, which I don't think is ideal, but I'm actually curious if that is what will happen, so I think I'm gonna let it ride. And we'll see what the fates have to say. So now I'm gonna go back through all the boys real quick. Oh, see, that guy I gave light gray on his whole storm bolter. I can speak. I wonder if I started to do that last time and I just got distracted and forgot. I wouldn't put it past me. Yeah, he's got it already. So we're gonna leave that the way it is. It will just be a little bit more consistent than all the rest if it turns out properly. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get in there at his pistol grip. It is a funky little angle. More or less. Cool. Okay. I don't think that we left anything out. Okay, so I think the rest of this session is going to be working with this red again. I want to go in and touch on these helmets a little bit. One of them I did, and I think it's this guy on the end. But I don't know if I just didn't do very much, or maybe the paint was running down, but can't really tell. So seems like it may be that these guys need a few passes. Oh, I didn't see that I smeared gray all over the skull. That's very unfortunate. I wonder if this bone can be resuscitated. Looks like it. It might be too thin to use though. Okay. Here we go. Back to the Sarge. Already done a little bit on his mask. Go in there just a little harder. Not for me. Ooh, careful there, buddy. If there's time, I'm gonna go back to the Sarge first with the brown, because I forgot to do that to his sword hilt. And then he will be the first to get some metallics. Helmet. Alright. Just enough time to revisit the last guy. This doesn't feel like as much progress for this session, but part of that is just because a lot of it has involved revisiting this base color. So, you know, they already had lots of that on them, and so it doesn't stand out as a big change or addition, but it is. Progress is progress. Alright. So that is going to be it for today. The Terminators now looking more Blood Raven-y than ever. A little bit of darkness breaking up their blobs of red. So hopefully, again, I'll be able to make some good progress on these guys off camera before the next session. I guess that will depend, as this week did, on how crazy it is getting things on and off the printer goes. Now that we've got things calibrated, I have a strong feeling that I'm gonna go nuts printing these Piper Makes battle suits because they're so cool. We've got the 3 broadsides that will they're done. They're printed now. And then I think next I'll probably do some stealth suits. I have a box of plastic Games Workshop stealth suits, so I might put them together first because they deserve it, I think. But the Piper Makes stealth suits are also very cool, so I'll definitely use some of them, and they're kind of a staple for Tau army lists right now anyway. Try to... I think I mentioned this last time. This is our updated commander. Oh, I forgot that she was missing her hand. Got that attached. I took that off. I don't think that I'm gonna do any gluing on her though until it's paint time. I think I'm gonna paint her in sub-assemblies. So we'll do this arm separate. Do the main trunk and the base all separate. Although I think we can afford to glue this shoulder joint. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. So yeah, probably some stealth suits and maybe a ghost keel. Honestly, I'm spoiled because all of the Piper models are so cool. You can't go wrong. But I don't have a ghost keel right now, so I like that choice. I have a Riptide up there waiting. I have a Devilfish. So lots to work on. But I will do my best to make some time for these guys because they also deserve it. We're so close to finishing the Space Marines. And it'll just be so cool to have this whole little box full of fully painted Space Marines. So yeah, that's what's on the docket. But that is going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Take care, happy hobbying, and this is Daft Pirate signing off.